and tight. Now, we fudge today because the stomacher would normally be pinned onto the corset and then the dress pinned on to the stomacher. But for time-wise, it's sewn in on the right side and hooked on the left. Yes, this is shot silk. Shot silk has been around since the Renaissance, so this was very, very popular. In part of the lighting that we had at the Getty, it was so low it looked like she was in candlelight. And this man kept on saying, "It's changing colour, it's changing colour." It's just because the gentleman painted them, and those wonderful folds, they gradually got narrower and narrower in the back. Yeah, good idea. See how it changes? Don't forget all these clothes, this especially, was meant for candlelight. Yeah. Also note that if you had your corset made for you, this was made for my original model, but if Laura was my original model, it would have been cut down further or allowed to come down. It's cut to everyone's body. They could be longer in the torso. But, oh, she has more to come. This is called pom-pom. It's not a pom-pom that you're going to see at a football game, but this was the initial of pom-pom. And it's a little thing like you saw the little girl had, and it just goes into her hair here. A little to the side. And then she has her neck piece.
I said for ponder as well.
She's still going to wear those gloves. Even though it's not sunny, she's going to be wearing the gloves.
Well, you found the perfect model.
Oh, yeah.
I did. She's beautiful. I was so happy. Never saw your daughter like that before, did you?
Sir?
Yes.
Would the gloves have been fabric or kid skin?
They're kid. These are the closest you're going to get. The difference between the gloves in the 17th and 18th century, there were no buttons. And a lot of the engravings show them to be a lot tighter than this. So who knows if it was a finer kid skin? I don't know. You know, and I haven't seen a pair of the earlier period. But I'm still learning all the time.
So, can I share something with you? There are things called glove stretchers.
Yes.
Okay, so part of the myth and folklore that I get out of another area, besides pants, is that fashion was for women's hands to look as small as they could.
Yes.
So they were cramming their hands into as small a glove as they could, and that stretcher temporarily stretches out.
Right.
You get the fingers in, so am I right?
Yes, you're right. The other thing is you put talc on your hands.
Oh, sure.
So talc will slide in, so even a smaller glove, it's going to stretch out with the warmth of your hand. And here we have a fan up there. Now you see the correlation of the fan with the gown. How they all balance the shapes. Yes. So you had people who still carried on that, but there were others who you just did a dusting of the powder.
Can you sit down in that? That's a good question.
Oh yes, you can sit. It's not a problem.
Just want to use your hair.
Yeah, that's it.
Very small steps back so I don't
thing is about not walking big. And this, in about 2 hours, my students are having their gala, and they chose to do dangerous liaisons. And so they designed using the same basic shape, because this is the shape that went all over the world. You've got the basic shape, the only difference was the decoration.